Hello everyone and welcome back to my cookery channel. I've got something really special to present to you today. It is a dish that I was introduced to many years ago, 20 or so years ago, by a good friend of mine who happens to be a celebrated international television chef. And the actual recipe, I believe, was devised by a chef in Hawaii very many years ago, 30 plus years ago. And then every single internationally famed chef has tweaked and slightly changed the ingredients over time, and I have actually slightly changed the ingredients from the dish that I was introduced to by my friend. It is very simple to prepare. It only requires some accurate chopping skills, so it is quite important that you do have a very sharp knife. It doesn't actually involve cooking on heat as such, because the ingredients will marinate in lemon juice. And but let's get into it straight away. It's perfect for a good presentation for quite a nice glamorous dinner. I was going to introduce you to this recipe from the garden, preparing everything outdoor. Unfortunately, we've had some absolutely horrific weather here in Britain over the past 10 days. It's been raining non-stop. My nice garden, which is, well looked after all the time now, has taken the shape of a swamp, and I wouldn't want to be out here in fear to be attacked by some crocodile or alligator popping out from behind a summer house. So we're going to move indoors, and I have set all of the ingredients on the dining table in the lounge, and from there I will show you how to create this wonderful dish. So let's get in. Right, let me spend a couple of minutes to talk to you about the ingredients and the utensils I'll be using to prepare this beautifully light and fragrant main course dish. I'll start with the utensils. You'll need a couple of very clean chopping boards. One you can use to chop your yellowfin tuna steaks, and the other chopping board you can use to share it basically and use it to chop all the other ingredients: the lemon, the spring onions, the parsley, a ripe mango, the avocado, and so forth. Actually, even the fresh basil leaves that I've got here hidden away from the camera. You will need a couple of very, very sharp knives. Hopefully you've got some of those in your kitchens. It'll make your job of chopping these ingredients a lot easier rather than using a knife with a blunt blade. You will also need a pestle and mortar to prepare the sauce, or the little drizzle that will sit at the edge of the plate all around the seafood medallion, which will live right in the middle of your plate. And then a clean bowl where you'll mix all of your ingredients in, and then add the marinade on top. This will then sit in the fridge for an hour and a half to 2 hours, and the seafood will actually cook in the lemon juice. Now, talking about the ingredients, like I said, very, very fresh basil. This is actually growing at home. This will be used to prepare the little sauce that will decorate the plate. And then you'll need a fresh lemon. Try to get a nice chunky juicy lemon. The ones from Sicily or the Amalfi Coast are absolutely perfect because they've got a slightly sweet aftertaste. If you buy very hard lemons, or the little ones, they look like limes really. They're so small. They tend to be quite sour, so they're overpowering for the dressing. And then you'll need 4 spring onions. You can do 5, obviously, if they're particularly small. These are medium size. You'll need some very fresh parsley. You could use cilantro because of its citrusy flavor. Very fresh mango, a fresh avocado, and some toasted sesame oil, extra virgin olive oil for the decorative drizzle around the plate, some good quality sea salt, and black peppercorn. So let me chop everything, and I will display all this, and I will run through. I'll show you how it looks like before assembling it into the bowl, adding the marinade, letting it rest in the refrigerator, and then I'll show you how to plate it. And here we are with all the ingredients perfectly chopped. Let me show you what I meant earlier on about chopping the ingredients beautifully, like tiny little squares or cubes. and you can tell here how fresh the yellowfin tuna fish is, or tuna fillets. This is the mango, again, absolutely perfectly finely chopped, because this will have to mix very well in a bowl before us adding the, this is the parsley, all the other ingredients for the marinade. So let's start. I've got a clean bowl here. There's no particular order by which you have to put these ingredients in. We can start with the, here we go, with the avocado, and then we can add the mango. The mango actually adds the most beautiful flavor to this dish, and also a fair bit of crunchiness. This is ripe but very, very fresh. And this is the spring onion, again very, very finely chopped. That one's in. And we can add a generous amount of parsley, very fresh parsley, and then our yellowfin tuna. So we can give this a little stir to start with in its dry form, and then don't be too heavy with the spoon, because you don't want to sort of crush and damage all this work of chopping everything so perfectly in these tiny little cubes. And at this stage we can add the lemon juice. This will actually sort of cook the tuna. It will change. So the yellowfin tuna will go from a pinkish yellow color to a brownish color, and that is caused by the cooking process with the lemon, or the marinating with the lemon. And then we can add 3 or 4 tablespoonfuls of sesame, toasted sesame oil. That's in. Then a generous pinch, I would say tablespoonful of sea salt. I tend to crush this with my fingers as I put it in, because it is in crystals, so you don't want to remain a bit lumpy. That's it. And then 3 or 4 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. That's it. Good crush of black peppercorn. Here is it. And then you're going to stir this mix very well. Just make sure that all the ingredients are perfectly coated with the different oils and the lemon juice that we've put in. And once that process is done, you add a bit of cling films on top of your glass bowl or steel bowl, whichever you want to use, and place it in the refrigerator for minimum an hour and a half. It could be 2 hours. This dish is actually quite practical to prepare if you've got some guests coming round for dinner, because it can be prepared in advance, and then if it sits in a refrigerator for a little bit longer, 3 hours instead of 4, it doesn't really matter. It's not going to spoil the dish. So this is us done. I will now place some cling film, and off it goes into the refrigerator, and I will see you shortly. Well, a couple of hours have elapsed from the time I put this nice mix into the fridge. This is now perfectly chilled. I give it a very final stir, and we're now ready to plate it. So what you want to use is this round chef mold. You place it right in the middle of your dish. I do apologize about the shades being caused by my body in the middle of the lighting and the plate. I'll try to keep out. So try and aim right at the middle of the mold and don't drop. It's not a big deal if you do drop a little bit of the filling on the actual dish and the plate, because you can wipe it off before serving. And then all you do, you fill in, and as you fill in, you gently press the your mix. See if it makes into the disc. Keep topping up. Okay, keep pressing. You can tell actually by the colors, I don't know if it's clear in the little video clip, that the tuna has actually changed its color because it has, let's say, cooked in the lemon juice. So it's obviously not cooked, it's perfectly raw, but you know, it's incredibly fresh, so this will be super safe to enjoy. In fact, the flavors of the mango combined with the freshness of the lemon and also the dipping. So there's a little bit here. So that's nearly done. Marvelous. So it's a little bit ended up on the edge of the dish. I'm going to remove this. So at this stage, you want to very carefully press gently the middle of the tuna medallion in the middle, and then very gently tug. That's it. The ring. Remove it. And this is it. This is one plate done. Let's get this one out of the way. Let me show you. Beautiful. That's so stunning to look at. And then with the pasta, I'm going to suck in some of that dressing, the basil and olive oil, and I will decorate the plate with this basil and extra virgin olive oil dressing. It's just perfect to dip in some home-baked bread, for example. I will serve this dish tonight with some freshly baked sourdough bread. Sometimes I make little paninis with, that's it, that's us. Paninis with sesame seed. That's it. So we can rest this one here, ready for the next plate. And this is how the dish looks like. Isn't it beautiful? And it's so healthy. Let me place this one on the table and I'll be back in a second. And at last, ladies and gentlemen, this is the look that this dish offers on the dinner table. You can tell it's just absolutely fantastic for presentation. It's quite easy to assemble. And it really is an incredibly healthy meal, which I will be serving tonight with some nice chablis. And so I will have a think at what to show you on the next video, potentially porchetta. But let me have a think, and I will be back on the channel very shortly. You look after yourselves. Take care. Bye bye.